Hey guys, it's Chris with Cook Woods. Today we're going to take this ugly California buckeye burl and turn it into this. World-class, stunning buckeye. Beautiful blues and blacks and golden with burl eyes everywhere. So stick around. Morning guys. This morning we're gonna go take a look at some buckeye burl and we're gonna see what it's gonna turn into by the end of the day. It's a little slushy and wet out, so this is a good opportunity to show you what it's like on a normal day at the mill and not a nice sunny day where everything goes perfectly. So let's go see what it turns into. All right, so that's a maple. There's a buckeye. You can see some nice blue in there. It's got really good color. So I don't think I can get the forklift in here, which would be the easiest, fastest thing to do. So I'll go see if I can fire up the log loader and reach over here and pick this one up. But that one's probably about 2,500 pounds, give or take 100 pounds, because my coffee hasn't set in yet. Yeah, should be really nice though. But this is really typical of buckeye. It's got these big fluted hollows. There's roots in here that don't have burl eyes in them. So even though we might pay a certain amount per pound for something like this, you're gonna see the yield just drop after we cut this thing, because there really isn't that much wood in here that's usable for a lot of products. And what we do end up with is really small, and we end up with a huge amount of sawdust in that bin over there. All right, let's go over and see if we can fire up the loader. Oh, look at that, we got some raccoon tracks over here. Really good. Normally you don't get prints that show up this well, but look at that. And that's a big raccoon. It's gotta be what, 20 some pound raccoon? Just hanging out under the log loader maybe. Good place to eat a snack. All right. All right, let's see if we can give this guy a start. Yeah. Okay, one more time, and if nothing goes. All right, we're gonna do an old school technique to help you get your log loader started when it's cold out. It was really cold last night, so that big engine block is too cold to start. All right, let me go get some stuff and I'll be right back. So the key here is not to get a raging inferno, because that could have bad results. But we'll be able to pull the fire out if it gets a little bit too hot. But I'm just gonna set it down here on the ground. This is some Douglas fir. We salvaged the log and it had tons of resin or sap in it. And these are super heavy. I think there's one company that calls them fat wood. Blowtorch, it's a great thing to have. So there you go. And it's just gonna burn like that. It's like it's covered in diesel almost. But we'll use that for our match. Smells good. And I got really small, I guess you'd call them kind of flashy fuels, because they're not very big and they won't burn for a long time. So what we're looking for is a flame height somewhere right in this range. I just need enough convective lifting here to get the heat up there to the engine block. Warm it up a little bit and it should start. Got my lawn chair. All right, I might be able to survive the day. Gotta like it. So let's give this a try. There we go. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. Keep the boom all the way up. All right, we're gonna do a really quick method of putting the fire out here. Got most of it out there. Gotta be really careful we don't just break it in pieces. All right, so there's our buckeye. Yeah, we'll put that out fast. Okay. All right, so you can see it a little bit better here. Well, we broke a little bit off of it there. But these are the roots on here. So they're just gonna have straight grain. You can see it right here. It's a little bit of fiddleback in there, but not much. And there's not too much color either. Everybody wants the buckeye that has the blue color. So hopefully this other side has more. This is the pretty side on this one. You can see the fiddleback right in here. You can see the blue that everybody wants right here. And then you see the golden. If you have too much blue, people don't like it. If you have too much golden, they don't like it either. When you first get these burls in, they're all golden color. And it takes usually 2-3 years to get this blue color to come through. If you cut them right away, you just get the golden color, and that doesn't work so well. And if you let them sit too long, they'll turn solid blue, and then they start rotting, and then you lose the whole thing. So it's really you just have to be patient and wait. And I usually check 1 or 2 of them to make sure that the batch isn't spoiling or, you know, completely soft spalting. We're gonna take this buckeye, we're gonna put it on the scale, and we're gonna write down how much it weighs. I do this because I wanna show you how much of it turns out being garbage, sawdust, not usable, not sellable. And that will give you a better idea of why buckeye is expensive. And it's just because it's expensive to buy it in burl chunks, it's expensive to transport it, it's expensive to break it down, it's expensive to sawmill it. And this will help you see just how little of it is usable to us. I got that cut. That's really blue. So it's probably 75% blue, just a little bit of golden in there. There's actually a little purple. A little bit of purple in there. That's really pretty. So this piece right here will end up being pen blanks, some bowl turning blanks, stuff like that. And let's see what the center cut looks like. It's probably just gonna fall over. All right, so there's the gravel I hit, right here and right here. So you can see it slowed down a little bit when I was cutting. Well, that's why. So this is the face right here that's the most interesting. I cut it so that we're gonna mill it this direction right here, like that. And you're gonna get boards for guitars in here. And it should look really pretty. People ask, why is it that you always cut buckeye for guitars? And the answer is, if we didn't yield guitar wood out of them, we couldn't afford to buy the Burls. It's the only way we can recover our money out of them. This huge Burl, this one probably weighs 570, 580 for the weight. And we're only gonna get one cutting face out of the whole thing. The rest of it's really pretty, but you can't get guitars out of it. So we'll see what we get out of this one. Take it to the sawmill and run it through. We got the buckeye Burl on the mill, on the Wood-Mizer LT300. It's got the 27-inch throat on it, and we're at about 17 inches, so there's plenty of room to be able to get some nice cuts off of here, and we'll be able to see this beautiful buckeye Burl in just a few minutes. So to get 7/8 of an inch, we're going to cut at 1 1/8. That allows for some shrinkage, and it will allow to get a nice smooth cut with the planer. Yeah, it's not happy. We're gonna stick another blade on there. So we made a couple passes there, and I decided to change the blade. It's just not cutting really well. But you can see on this top piece here, it's just shattered. So when this tree got cut down, or the tree was cut off the Burl, there's a lot of internal stress. So it's just coming off of here in pieces. I'm gonna clean it up off of here so we don't get that stuck in the hydraulics or down in the electrical lines down there. Okay, let's go ahead and make a couple more cuts. So this sawmill has the capacity to really cut fast through this kind of material, or any material for that matter. But I'm not a super fast cutter. I'd rather try to get a good quality cut versus just a super fast cut. 12 horsepower, 8 horsepower, 12, 10. So we're not using high horsepower numbers at all. With this saw, you can easily pull 20, 25 horse, which is substantially faster for your cut speed. But I don't need to cut fast. And we're not cutting pallet parts and need to just produce huge quantities of wood really fast. I'm after quality. Okay, that's the last cut. Okay, I didn't really hit anything horrible on that, so that's good. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty. This is a nice piece of that buckeye, and we're gonna go ahead and mark it for electric guitars. And I'm just putting some rough marks on here. They're gonna take it back to the mill really quick, and they'll cut that template out, and they'll get all the fat, live edge or whatever, cut off of it. And we're gonna leave it as big as we can, but we're gonna get rid of those defects in there. One of the tricky things about buckeye is that you get really small pieces that have a lot of incursions and other defects in them. And you make money if you can take a template like this one and really carefully figure out the way that you want to cut it to get the most that you possibly can out of it. If you can't get one out of it, then you're just selling the rest of it for craft wood, which the market isn't as good. And if you're dealing with buckeye, you have to be cutting some instrument blanks out of it. Otherwise, economically, you'll lose money every time. So I think we can get 2 out of that one. I'll probably offset it a little bit. And that looks really pretty in here. That's gonna look really pretty. So that would be really pretty. It'd have some contrast right in the middle. Really dark blues in here. A little bit of a check there, but I think we can get something out of that. So I'll mark that one there. All right, we'll send those 2 over to the mill, have them trim them up, bring them back, and then we'll show you what they look like with the finish on them. So here it is. We've got some beautiful California buckeye burl, classic blue and black with golden and lots of burl eyes everywhere. Great material. It's going to get turned to anything from fancy jewelry boxes to electric guitars. Just great material, beautiful stuff. Hey guys, if you liked the video today, hit that like button at the bottom and subscribe. We've got lots of great videos in the works coming your way. And we've got wood that looks like this awesome California buckeye burl and better. So you're not gonna wanna miss it, so subscribe today.